A couple of weeks ago, we signed an agreement with Standard Chartered. We are very proud of this partnership. This partnership is not new, has been there for many, many years. And when Standard Chartered wanted to look for alternatives or improve and modernize their contact center and their customer experience functions, they chose Avaya. And with me here today, I would like to invite Stuart Beaumont from Standard Chartered to discuss this new announcement together on stage. Warm welcome to Stuart. Thank you very much, Stuart. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Stuart, again, thank you very much for the partnership. Thank you for the business. We really are happy to have you over here with us today.
Great.
Just a little bit about yourself and about the bank, about Standard Chartered. What are you up to these days? Your footprint and so on.
Sure. So my name is Stuart Beaumont. I'm the Global Head of Voice and Virtual. So I lead the retail contact centres as we look to unify clients' digital experiences with the staff-assisted channels. Bit about Standard Chartered. So we're a leading international bank. We're present in 60 markets and we serve clients in another 85. Our purpose is to deliver commerce and prosperity through our unique diversity, and our heritage and our values are reflected in our brand promise, Here for Good.
Brilliant, awesome. And you had a global voice and customer experience for the bank across all markets, right?
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely. Okay. So, Stuart, tell us a little bit about your customers, your end users, your consumers, and your business users. What are the trends that you're seeing in the market? What are they telling you? How their preferences are shifting? And what kind of services are they demanding from a bank of your size and your nature?
Sure. So, a little bit of history. We are a 160-year-old bank. We've been around a long time. But we're moving very, very rapidly, and certainly we're looking to be in sync with our clients as they lead digitally connected lives. So we're developing a lot of digital channels and digital ways of banking, making banking easier, making banking more convenient, and making it secure. So a few years ago, we only offered voice in the contact centre and a branch. And over the last few years, we've started to introduce channels that clients choose to use. Mm-hmm. And we firmly believe that the channel the client uses is their choice. So we are seeing that is changing. Voice is no longer a preferred channel. That channels like chat, messaging, and social media are becoming preferred channels for clients to use when interacting with the bank. Mm-hmm. But we don't think voice is dead yet.
Okay.
Certainly if you're dealing with a bank like Standard Chartered, you're buying trust, you're buying advice, and it's important to be able to speak to the bank. Of course. But we do want to introduce those new channels, and some of those new channels, well, they haven't even been invented yet. I think with the internet, channels are proliferating really quickly, and so we've had our challenges along the way to introduce new channels. Mm-hmm. Now, I think for me, what was most important when implementing new channels is to make sure that channel is full service. We're not big on gimmicks. We don't want you to be able to contact the bank and get halfway through your interaction and then be told that we've got to call you or you've got to call us. It had to be full service, and to be full service, we've got to make sure that we can authenticate you, we've got to make sure it is secure, we've got to make sure that we've protected your data. And I think the other thing when introducing new channels is that they've got to enable a customer to hop between channels. Mm-hmm. Customers might start dealing with you in one way and then want to finish the interaction through a different channel.
Absolutely.
So when we introduce new channels, they have to be connected into our digital and channel ecosystem. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's a few other points to consider. Productivity, really important. Certainly, as I lead the contact centre, what we didn't want with a whole lot of new channels is a whole lot of disparate teams solving the client's inquiries in silos. So we wanted to make sure that we could unify the channels at the desktop for the agent. We wanted to make sure that we were productive and efficient in handling these client inquiries. We didn't want to lose any sales momentum either.
Of course.
You know, when you're dealing traditionally through a branch, face-to-face, and over the telephone via voice, we were very good at cross-selling and upselling and bringing in new clients. We wanted to make sure that if we're introducing new channels that the clients are choosing to use, that we could still build a relationship with them. And I suppose lastly, cost. The cost to deploy and support the channel, it had to be in line with the bank's expectations. And we had to make sure that the clients were able to find the new channel. No use implementing a new channel and them not being able to find it. So whether it be through your mobile strategy, your website, your social strategy, clients had to be able to find it.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for this. So when you decided as a bank to embark on exploring cloud as an option, what made you do that first of all, and how did you end up partnering with Avaya?
Yeah, sure. So a little bit more background here. We have contact centers in 18 different countries. We have a very heavy footprint. We've got a lot of hardware. We've got a lot of software. We've got a lot of obsolescence. It becomes costly to manage, very time-consuming. So we realized a while ago that we needed to do something different. We just had to do something different. So we started to evaluate a few options, and we came up with some design principles internally. We knew that we wanted something that was more global, that was more flexible, and we started to look at cloud. And that's when we partnered with Avaya and we started to have that conversation. We wanted rich contact center functionality, and that's important.
Of course.
We want it in a global framework, a global system, global platform, and ideally we wanted someone to help manage it for us. So we ran a fairly robust selection process. We ran an RFP. We looked at a number of vendors, and we wanted to make sure that we could find someone that could fit those three requirements, and that's when we started to really talk to Avaya in a lot more detail.
Okay, brilliant. And I'm sure there are many customers here in the room who are running businesses similar to Standard Chartered or similar in size, maybe. Can you give us some words of wisdom on if they are embarking soon or they are about to embark on a cloud journey for their enterprises? What kind of advice would you share with them?
Yeah, well, look, firstly, I suppose I just want to talk a little bit about the solution, the opportunity that we've worked through with Avaya. And of course, you mentioned it earlier, the private cloud solution is what we're going with, a managed service globally. So that gives us the opportunity to rent the service effectively without a big capital outlay. We only pay for it as we consume it.
Exactly.
We can scale very easily, many hundreds of agents at one time. And agility is fantastic now. So because we are in so many countries, we can launch into a new market with a new contact center platform within weeks, not 12 to 18 months, which is what it was previously. But I suppose if I was to give a few points of advice for anyone thinking about going down this path, I think the first word of advice would be careful about those that are promising quick and easy solutions. There are many out there.
They don't exist.
They don't exist. They say they exist, and you just need to understand the complexities of your business. You know, we're a big old bank, and we're complex. So you've got to be careful, and you've got to understand your business and whether those quick and easy solutions are right for you. Secondly, and I'm glad you covered it again today, is spend a little bit of time getting to know cloud. It is quite confusing, and you have to understand the cloud options available to you. And depending on who you're talking to, there'll be many different definitions of cloud. And so you need to understand what are the benefits of that option, and then what are the things that might hinder you if you were to go with that cloud option.
Absolutely.
So I think, lastly, be clear about your requirements. Be really clear, and don't compromise. Really don't compromise. Because if you start to compromise, you'll find that you've found a partner that drags your business backwards. And you don't want a partner to drag your business backwards. You want a partner that can complement your business.
Absolutely. We'll make sure, Stuart, we will never drag your business backwards. Thank you very much for the business. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ayman. Thank you.